This is the next video help in the series on the tab for equipment assignment. Equipment assignment in this tab has the responsibility of catching, and as you see here it says, use this tab to assign equipment to a customer record you are viewing. Now what happens, the requirement of this is that if you have equipment that is installed, meaning that it's permanent within a site, you want to create a record that shows all of the listing of all the items that are installed as a end item. For example, for this client, he services fuel pumps and gas stations and installs the gas pumps themselves. So what you would do is you would click in this field and pick out that hardware item as far as that thing that is installed in that facility. Clicking here's the actual ID number for the item and the name of the item. And so you would pick the appropriate one. Now in this system, or in this list here, if you type in the first few characters, and in this case you just started putting data, if you put in K dash and then 0 or 4 or whatever it is, it'll group it by that list and reduce the list down so it's easier to select within the list. And you simply leave this drop down there and start typing in the information, and the list will segment down to the items that you're actually looking for. So what you would do is you would pick, say, for example, I'm just going to pick something to put it in there. The next thing, it automatically drops over and puts in the information for the equipment information for that item, but it gives you the ability to look in to verify that you've got the right item. In this case, it's a 5-station position display. Then a serial number. Now, in the way that this app was designed, in the equipment inventory, you will be adding equipment and then adding a serial number series for all the serial numbers of that like item. And in this particular case, it may be a pump, but it also may be a circuit card or whatever that is serialized. The ID number for the item is on this side and the part number is on this side. And basically these are the items that are currently there. If you have this in your hand, the item, and you're looking at the serial number of the item, or you're looking at it on a pump, you would be able to match the serial number for the ones that are in the inventory or the ones that are installed. So what you would do is pick the correct number for that item and then allow it to be put into this space. The next one is status, and this is more for the inventory system, where if you have an item and it's in stock, not available, or on order, or pending, or back ordered, you'd be able to add that status in here. If the item is under warranty, you would put yes for warranty, and if it's a return where it requires a core, you would put in yes or no. This information is carried over to the equipment inventory system where it'll be placed. This information that is in this portal is also updated into the calendar on the second screen for the appointment, where you are adding appointments and tasks. And this is where that information is originated, that shows on the equipment assignment tab on that calendar. When you're getting ready to assign these, you can take a look up here and you can see the person that it's assigned to. What you want to do is look through your people that are assigned and click in here to add the information for that so that you have the person in the record. And let's just go ahead and put that in just so we can see it later on. You can see that what it does, it drops down and starts to create the second line for the next item that is actually in the custody of the client. If for some reason this item is being completely removed from the custody of this client and being returned, you would go ahead and click on this arrow here and go to the custody record information that is in the portal for that item and go ahead and delete the record so it's no longer carried in this row. So you take that row item out so it doesn't show up in this person's custody any longer. We'll cover that when we actually get in the portal and show that video. On this screen, there's an equipment list icon that'll take you to the equipment listing from the inventory system where the equipment is listed. There's also an equipment report. There's also an equipment portal, which is the one we were just talking about here. This one takes you to the specific record. This one takes you to the portal record for the equipment in the inventory system. This one also goes to the portal listing. So anything that's in the equipment portal will also have a list view so you can come back and find that item in the portal. Again, this is the portal for the equipment listing, which is not in this screen. The next thing you're going to see on this is a secondary tab where all items that are in the inventory system are available and seen here. Now there's just starting data being put into this. In this area, you would use the equipment ID, and if you click on the screen, you'll notice that it doesn't do anything. The reason for that is the data is transmitted over to the screen from the equipment inventory. As you add inventory, it will automatically sort and list all the equipment that's in inventory. It'll tell you the type for a category group. Now this is the second tab on that calendar appointment and task assignment screen. So this is the one where it's being created. As you add more items, you will see more items in here and their status, and you'll see the standard pricing for this item as far as your cost, as far as your purchase cost. If you're going to sell the item, you have to have a retail markup if you're going to put that in there. There's a rate type in here also that is in the equipment inventory system, where you can, if you are giving this to a client on a periodic basis, whatever you want to set up, you can set it up in the inventory system. Maybe it's a 1-year lease or something like that. You can put that into the system so that you know that this item has a lease on it, or it is an item that will be returned after a specific time. There's also a notes field, and in there, because it's yellow, you can see that it's a live field. And these are different notes, for example, that you can put in here. And this can be edited. Any item that has an underline in it also has another screen that allows you to go and edit that field. Now, going back to this screen, you'll see that the equipment status isn't editable. The equipment inventory, in this case, takes you to the actual inventory screen, so you can edit within the inventory screen. So this is like a direct link right to the equipment inventory. Anytime you see that underline again on any of the fields in this area or in any tab, make sure that you understand that they are lookup tables. Like this one is a tax rate. So it's the same on each screen. There is some other activity that's available to you to use. And if you click on one of these underlying titles in the row. If you have any questions, as usual, you can ask about this specific area. I will be covering this icon. It's the only place that it's shown in the application. It is a Google Calendar, and the Google Calendar will appear. This is for personal transaction information about things for this person that is managing this application. It is not like the calendar that is the main one, which is this one for showing appointments and tasks. This one is a separate one that you can put meetings and everything like that that you're having inside the company, and it gives you the ability to track and also have multiple people on calendars that are also being tracked as far as their assignments, employee tasks that they're being assigned within the company, not for tasks and appointments. Okay, with any questions that you have, we'll be covering these items here, but with any questions you might have, go ahead and call us or get in contact us through the support site. Thank you.